What is going on, guys? And in this video, what we're doing is going over a new card loadout build for Grohk in Paladins for OB67 and onward. If you guys don't know, OB64 is gone. That was the Cards Unbound patch, so no more Cards Unbound. We're back to the old point system. Basically, I'm going to show you my favorite build for Grohk. This one is going to be I know Grohk support, but I was going to call it a full support build, but, you know, you call it what you want. Basically, you're going to be focused around mainly the totem and trying to get your heals off. I'll actually show you Grohk's abilities. If you don't know, basically his basic attack is a lightning staff. It's kind of just a pulse of energy. His 2 is a shock pulse. You throw it out and it bounces from people. His 3 is a ghost walk. You gain some movement speed and you become untargetable. And his last one is the healing totem, which you throw it out, heals allies and yourself. Pretty self-explanatory. And his ultimate is called Tempest. You basically just kind of levitate and move around. You slow enemies, striking them. Okay, so I'm just going to read the whole thing. It's the last 3 seconds. You slow and strike 2 nearby enemies at a time for 200 damage, and speeding up, healing yourself and 2 nearby allies. So you heal yourself, you heal allies, you do damage to enemies, and you slow enemies. It's a pretty good ultimate. Doesn't last a whole long time, but 3 seconds is plenty of time. I will recommend 2 different, they're not legendary cards anymore. What are they called? Talents. 2 different talents, and that'll be, I don't know. Probably Spirit's Domain if you can, or Totemic Ward. I wouldn't go with Wraith or Maelstrom. You can. This is completely subjective. You can build this however you want. You don't even have to listen to anything in this video, but this is my personal preference. The reason I like to go with these 2 is because they're totem-oriented. This one, you can deploy it at range, which is really good if you're more of a passive player. And 100% of your healing to full health players becomes a shield. So basically, if you throw down a totem and, you know, your EV is already at 100% health, your healing is going to carry over to a shield, which is really, really good. It just gives them, you know, more health essentially, but a little different. And then the Totemic Ward, allies healing or allies healed by it receive CC immunity for 2 seconds, and the healing totem heals for 40% more. So if you're playing something like Siege, I don't know, I feel like Siege using this talent would be better off because having the CC immunity and being able to heal quicker. It's really up to you, but these 2 are the ones I would choose from. Keep in mind though, I believe one of them you don't get till later. Yeah, Totemic Ward you don't get until level 12, but you do get Spirit's Domain at level 2. So I guess for the first while I would use Spirit's Domain, and then if you want to switch it up you can go ahead and do so. We're going to jump into the build now. Can you really call this a build? You're just selecting 5 cards. The first card I would select is Crackle. Crackle increases the duration of Healing Totem. It's a really good card. You can see here, we only have 2 Healing Totems selected, 2 of them going to Ghost Walk. Actually, sorry, we do have 3 Healing Totems selected. I forgot one was Crackle. So we're not using Healing Rain. I don't really care for this one, especially with our build. And if you're going to be using the 1 legendary card or the 1 talent, this one is going to be completely useless. So first one will be Crackle. Just increase the duration. Your healing totem is out longer. That means you're going to be healing more often. That's really good. This is a healing build. The next one you want to get is Monolith Totem. This is also part of the healing totem. It increases the health of your totem by 1,000. You're going to want to put 4 points into each of these. You could go to 5 and max it out. You could do whatever you want with these guys. You don't have to listen. Don't carbon copy this, but this is just kind of some recommendations. Putting 4 points into this makes it go to 4 seconds, 5 seconds if you want to max it out. You don't really need 1,250 health on your totem, but 1,000 is nice, and 750 is kind of a drop-off, so I like to keep it at 1,000. So basically, your totem is tankier, it dies less quicker, and it stays out for longer. Ideally, you should be able to keep a totem out at all times, essentially. Next one you want to get is Outreach. This will be your last healing totem one. You're going to want to put 2 points into this, and it's going to increase the area of it by 20%. You can keep it at 1 if you want to. I wouldn't put it any higher than this because you don't really need it to be a 30% increased area. That's not necessary. 20% is just good. I just kind of threw this in there because none of the other cards work well with me in terms of how I play Grohk, and especially what these other cards are. I play Grohk mainly. I just try to get the healing totem out and keep everybody alive, and just kind of stay in the back line and use my weapon to try to pick people off, pick off the squishies. Final two are going to be in the Phantom tree. The first one you want to get is Phantom, or sorry, the Ghost Walking tree, and the first one you want to get is Phantom. It increases the duration of Ghost Walk. Level 1 is 0.3 seconds, which isn't a lot. 0.6 seconds isn't a lot. 0.9 is meh, and that's why I go up to 4. If you really want, you can go all the way up to 1.5 seconds and get rid of something else, but I think 1.2 is nice. Ghost Walk is a great ability. It's the one that I read earlier that just makes you untargetable for a little bit. You increase your movement speed and you become untargetable. That's amazing. No one can hit you. That's good. So to have Ghost Walk, I think its base time is like 0.3. So you'll be Ghost Walking for 1.5 seconds, which is amazing. That gives you time to get out of there, reset. By then you should be able to put another totem down and kind of, gather your surroundings. The last one you want to get is Gale. And this makes Ghost Walk lower the cooldown of Healing Totem by 1 second when it's active. And that's just level 1. You could go all the way to 5 seconds if you really wanted to. So the reason you pick these two off is you start with these three. You get your Healing Totem out. It stays out there longer. It has more health. It has a bigger area. So your totem is, on steroids at this point. Whenever you're in trouble, or even if you want to just reduce the cooldown of your totem a little bit, you can go ahead and Ghost Walk. You'll be Ghost Walking for 1.2 seconds. You'll be able to get to safety, reload, heal yourself up. And by doing so, that's also going to reduce the cooldown of your totem. So let's say you put a totem out a couple seconds ago. It gets taken down. You get invaded. You're already going to be on a cooldown. I think we'll go ahead and check what the cooldown is for totem. So 15 seconds. Let's say you're at 12 seconds now, maybe even 10 seconds. By the time your totem gets killed and you kind of got to retreat, you go ahead and pop Ghost Walk. So that's for 1 second. So now you'll have Ghost Walk for 2.2 seconds, something like that. So that'll be an extra second, maybe 2 seconds. You're down to 8 seconds till Healing Totem gets off. However, remember, once you pop Phantom, or Ghost Walk, sorry, your Healing Totem is going to have another second reduced from its cooldown. So at worst case scenario, once you get out of Phantom, you only got like 5-6 seconds left before you can cast Totem again. And that's worst case scenario. That's if, you get your Totem out and someone kind of destroys it right away. So with this build, you should always be able to keep a Totem out. You should always be able to heal your allies. And depending on what talent you select, you could really be helping your allies out with CC immunity and more healing. Or if you're at level 2, you could just deploy it at range and play it really safe and truly never die. I love this build for Grohk. If you guys enjoyed it, be sure to drop a like, hit subscribe for more content like this. Let me know in the comments if you tried this out and how you liked it. That is going to wrap it up for this video, guys. Be sure to subscribe for more content like this. Until next time, peace.